Hey guys, welcome back to me explaining the Pokemon that I've made for my Pokemon region. This is episode 2, the Fire Starters. These ones more complicated. Lots of things go into these ones, and there was a lot of somehow just stuff working out. But we'll get into that. So let's start with Squire. Wow, he's a squirrel. They all are. And he's fire. There are squirrels in Africa. Here's one. Oh yeah, this region is based on Africa. I mentioned that in the description. Don't forget, read those descriptions. I forget to put some stuff in these videos, so those descriptions are kind of like, they have addendums, they have just the stuff I may have forgotten. So, yeah, this is Africa. He is sort of the same color as some of the squirrels in Africa. That's a coincidence. I'm just so it's one of those things where, wow, that worked out. This is one of the ones I made like a year ago, after maybe watching that True Green 7 video on Pokemon. He was making his own Pokemon, or maybe that Candy Eevee video about making her own Pokemon starters. But these are before I intended on making this region about Africa. It was a whole separate region based off of where I live. And where I live also has squirrels. So, yeah. So that's a Squire. Let's look at, I have an old picture of him. This is so I first drew him on paper. I don't know where that went. Then I remember making those pictures digital. So I know it looked something like this. So yeah, it's a Squire, number 4. Type of fire. And, yeah. Looks the same as he is now. I don't think I made any changes. Another very big thing about him, Squire. Definition number 1, no. But definition number 2, a young nobleman acting as an attendant to a knight before becoming a knight himself. I don't know how, we were making a squirrel that was fire. And Squire. It was amazing. So yeah, that worked pretty well. Squire, and look at that. Oh, you see this Squire? He has the vest, the old-timey people kind of vest, and look, he has one too. That was also a coincidence that Google image popped up that sort of had a vest. So, yeah. Next, I guess we'll look at Squirmer. Alright, so yeah. Squirmer, combination of squirrel and armor. His original name was Night Squirrel, but we realized very recently that sounds like NyQuil. Isn't that like a medicine? It is. So, I don't know. I just didn't think that name. It was just weird that it was that similar. So I changed it. That could be a pun. In the future, I could make, a medicine squirrel Pokemon or something. That'd be good. But for now, we changed him to Squirmer. It kind of sounds like Squabble. It sounds like things. Squabble, Squirmer. But yeah, he looks like this. I like him a lot. Squire was pure fire, as all starters start out, kind of, except for Bulbasaur. He gains the steel type with his new armor, and he's a squirrel. Look at that knight armor. He looks like that. You see, a lot of knight armor has, holes where the mouth is. I feel like the classic knight armor. Like that. You see it has those holes there? And also, the old-timey flamethrowers. They kind of got those holes at the end. And he's a fire type. So it connects. That he sort of flamethrowers it through his knight helmet. So, yeah, that's pretty much Squirmer. I like him a lot. I think he's pretty good. The last one is Squeaking. Squeaking, that's a lot easier. Squirrel, king. What do squirrels do? Well, they're always squeaking. Haha. So yeah, that's his name, Squeaking. That's definitely, again, one of the best puns. He a good king. Again, remember last episode I mentioned there's a sort of leaders theme going on. There's lots of leaders. Well, if you remember Bloomel, he leads people through the desert. He's a nice little helpful camel for people lost in the desert. He's a king. That's definitely a leader. It's pretty good. Well, yeah. He is also still steel type. You can see he still keeps some of his original armor, but as the king, he's protected by the squirmers, and the squires work for the squirmers like squires do. So he no longer needs all of that armor. So yeah. Hoping I'm not forgetting anything, but if I do, check the description. Now, onto the Pokedex. Alright, number 4, Squire, fire type. Squires love to train and work for Squeakings, sometimes tagging along with a Squirmer. Yeah, so they do. I feel like I might change that to they mostly work with Squirmer. I don't know, I just feel like that works better with what Squire is. I don't know, maybe I accidentally flipped it. So yeah. Squirmer, number 5, Fire Steel. Squirmer wears armor to protect itself. He fires directed fire blasts through his helmet, like a flamethrower. Squeaking, Fire Steel. Squeaking often rule over forests. They are kind, though, and cook their seeds for everyone. Yeah. He cooked the seeds like a squirrel do. And yeah, that is pretty much it for them. Oh yeah, and notice how his little hat is sort of the colors of fire. Then it sort of turns into some fire. Then it becomes a crown. You know, they're all basically the same. They just sort of get more complicated every time. It's sort of 1 triangle. Then it's sort of 2. Then it's 3. And the crown. So yeah. Oh, now we should look at my original art for them, like we did with Squire. Alright, this is old enough that, see, Nyquirl, and Squeaking. I think we've added some things. If you want to look back on it and see, how he didn't originally have that, metal plate, because, I don't know, I just didn't think about his type for some reason. I just thought it was weird how he goes from how he looks a lot more like Squire than Squirmer. So I wanted to keep some stuff. So I added some stuff, keeping some steel. And yeah, sometimes Pokemon, you just gotta keep working on them until they get super amazing. So yeah, that is it for today, I think. I hope you all enjoyed, and have a good day. Thanks. Hope you like these videos.